internet just doesn't want to bloody work with me. So what we got, the market has now just opened, so we're starting again. What was I talking about? So effectively everything that I said in the last live stream, you probably ain't gonna be hearing it again, but let's just start off with this new stream. Let's go. Okay then. Oh my god, I don't know what was going on, but I meant to have ended the live and the live just kept on playing. So that was just terrible on this internet's behalf. So what we're talking about. So the idea is Bitcoin's going to go to 100K. Funny guy. Right. So what you got to be mindful of, guys, I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet for all of you. All right. A few things that are happening today. The data for the German CPI, I don't think that is out yet. So if anyone can just quickly check for me if the data for the German CPI has been released, because it is a progressive thing that they have to go around to several areas in Germany to pick up the information and then they release it out. Now, the euro is trading quite significantly to the upside. Where are we at? Yeah, it's pulled back, so that's standard. And Bitcoin is currently trading at, of course, the good old 99,000 region itself. So listen, we've got a major event today, which is the NVIDIA CES key speaker event. Jensen's going to be talking and revealing about the new GeForce RTX graphics card, the 5000 series. So that's going to naturally be something that the markets are going to be pricing in. NVIDIA, from what I can see, is up 2.5% right now. There we are, 3.1% at $148.91. So what you've got to understand is we've got a macro event in the marketplace, which is for the largest stock by market cap in the US stock markets. There's going to be a lot of hype behind it. So most of you right now are probably witnessing the NASDAQ is trading at 1% up for the day. And we're going to be expecting that key speaker event tonight, which will be at 9:30 Eastern Standard in the evening. So 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard is when that flavor is going to come into action. So I would be very careful with NASDAQ. If NASDAQ starts to trade sideways for a little bit, then that means investors are effectively waiting for that event to happen. Remember, when the markets close this evening, the NASDAQ itself will be closed for 1 hour and then they resume trading. So they'll be pricing in that excitement about the NVIDIA conference itself. Now, listen, few things that have come into the marketplace. China are desperate, okay? Not just that, Trump has now put out a different type of tariff, or he's talking about only putting tariffs on critical materials such as steel and, of course, rare earth metals. Look at where we're going, guys. We're in the AI era right now, and that's all relying on rare earth metals in terms of computers that are required to just get all of this stuff connected. But remember, China has got access to a lot of rare earth metals, so just take that into consideration. If anybody remembers back in the day, I think it was in 2010 when they did the cap on rare earth metals. So they capped it by 60%, and that effectively kind of hurt the marketplace. It actually did wind up the US quite significantly because they were getting all of that, all the rare earth metals from China. Now with that being said, what's it going to do for Bitcoin? Well, look, from my opinion, I believe Bitcoin is going to be holding between the 99 and going into the 104,000 region. That's what I'm expecting from now going into Trump's inauguration. When you start looking at where everybody is right now with cryptocurrency, if you look at sentiment charts, it shows that when price is rising, retail is selling. When prices are dropping, retail is buying. But we have a different logic to that in the sense where we know that passive buy orders are being picked up by Bitcoin players. And when prices are rising, people are selling the Bitcoin. Okay. So what you've got to be mindful of, guys, is Bitcoin has just successfully tested the 50 EMA on the daily time frame. So anyone that is in spot right now, you are waiting for Trump's inauguration to effectively seal the idea that cryptocurrency is going to be where it's at in the United States. The second Trump steps into office, everyone's going to be waiting to see what is going to be said about this Bitcoin reserve story. Now, with China, and they're pumping around 14 billion yen into their economy, their bonds market is absolutely dog. Their yields are at significant levels that they haven't seen in 13 years. The Japanese yen, okay, listen to this. The Japanese yen put out a notification this morning saying that they are going to increase the interest rates. They did exactly the same thing before. Okay, they put out speculation saying that they are going to increase the interest rates. And then on the 31st of July last year, they increased the interest rates. Then on the 5th of August, the market completely collapsed and it did a sharp move to the downside. Now, listen, the volatility index right now is trading quite significantly low. It is currently at the 16.86 mark. It's down 1% for the day. Remember, the volatility index is a tool that we can use to understand the sentiment between investors as to whether or not they need to hedge. Okay? If they need to hedge, that's when the volatility index shoots up. When the volatility index shoots up, that's when you've got to get yourself prepared to start buying. It doesn't mean you buy when the volatility index shoots up. No, you have to wait for the initial reaction of the volatility index to show the VIX trading at a significant high. What's a significant high? Don't look at the metrics of it. In other words, the pricing. Right now, it's at 16. If the volatility index were to shoot up to 20 and go up 4 points, you'd think, okay, that is a reasonable level. It's made a nice move up. I should start buying because principally that means stocks would be coming down, okay? However, the conventional levels are anything above 30, you buy. That means when price hits, well, the volatility index hits a level of 30 plus, you've got to get ready to sell your nan, sell your lungs, get your dog and sell them. And get ready to buy any asset that you can. Why? Historically, when it's high, you buy. Investors that see the volatility index at a level above 30, if you go back in your charts right now, you'll see it for yourself. Go where the volatility index hits 30. And when it does hit anything above 30, when it starts to stall and stop going higher, that's usually the market's bottom. Okay? That's what you're looking for with the volatility index. However, the volatility index isn't really moving that much, which tells you that there's not that much volatility. But once Trump comes into play and he starts putting out his tariffs, you're going to start seeing the volatility index really moving. If he comes out with a logic that, okay, the Bitcoin reserve strategy is going to be something that we're going to be doing, then everyone's going to go crazy for Bitcoin. Everyone's going to be pumping into cryptocurrency. Stocks in the cryptocurrency, in the stock market of that are cryptocurrency based, they too are also going to see a pump. Coinbase is going to go up. MicroStrategy is going to go up. Mara's going to go up. Riot's going to go up. All the stocks that are listed in the US stock market, they are going to see the benefit of that. Okay, naturally they are all mining companies as such, but and then you've got exchanges like Coinbase. But the overall sentiment is if companies or people can't get exposure to Bitcoin, they'll go to the stocks. If they can't get exposure to Bitcoin, they go to MicroStrategy. Okay, oil seems to be making marking up quite well. How does that sit for stocks? Well, listen, the only reason why oil is marking up quite well, let me just have a look at oil. Oil is currently up 0.82%, trading at the $74 mark. And the reason for that is because they've just pumped liquidity into China. And China is the world's factory. And China is one of the largest consumers of oil. So as long as they're consuming oil, which means their economy is going, right, that only means money is being put to work in China. So that only means oil's price is going to go up. Given that now Justin Trudeau, whatever his name is, the Canadian Prime Minister, President of Canada, he's been asked to resign. And that's going to be absolutely wonderful for the Canadians. So that means anyone that is trading USD CAD, okay, pay attention to that, because that's going to naturally pull back when he steps in and resigns, because then that means there's a new player in power, new policies, new way of doing things, new ways to improve, okay? That naturally then ends up sending oil's price higher, because when oil's price is up, that's great for Canada. Why? Because they're one of the largest exporters of US oil as such. They create the oil, okay? So that's going to be some good news for anyone that is trading the USD CAD pair as well. So just take that into consideration, given that the US dollar itself is down 0.5% and the euro had made a move up to nearly 1.1%. When euro moves up that much, it is literally, guys, let me tell you something. In my time of trading, whenever I have seen euro hit an extreme of anything above 1%, it is practically a free trade, because they're going to bring it back down, because they can't fluctuate the largest liquid currency in the world. They can't really do that to that. I mean, the IMF itself comes in and says, like, listen, man, just don't go crazy with it all. They, they just make sure, you keep the price to a certain level. All right. So just take that into consideration when you are trading euro. It is trading at significant levels right now. Where are we at with euro right now? We're currently at 0.68. It was up at 1.1% today. So naturally, they always pull it back. Tino, what about the economists guaranteeing there won't be a recession retraction? Do you believe we might be heading towards a spectacular retraction? All right, listen, I don't care what anybody says, but no economy is not subject to a recession. No economy, okay? Because fear is the reason why we have recession, all right? We will always go into a recession. What kind of recession? Jesse, Happy New Year, bro. How much of a recession are we going to have is a different story. It's a completely different story. They've changed the criteria for what a recession is. If you get 3/4 of contraction in the economy, you've got a recession. And we had, I think it was like 4 quarters of contraction, and they were like, no, we're good. Don't use the R word around here, okay? I'm going to say something right now, which will put things into a bigger perspective for anyone that's involved in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, right? I'll say this now and I'll say this again. Any coin outside of Bitcoin is a meme coin. Sorry. Give me whatever utility you want. All right. You can stand there as the greatest cheerleader for ADA, for XRP. Okay. For any coin outside of Bitcoin, it is a meme coin. And if you don't like that, like the stream at least. But it's the fundamental truth. Okay. So what we've got to really say to ourselves is, if all these other coins are being put to work and with these hopes and desires and dreams to have them going into mainstream payments like Ripple and all of that, and now the Ripple stablecoin has actually got more volume than, of course, PayPal's coin and another stable coin as well. So it's doing really well. But what I'm trying to say to you all is this: unless a coin outside of Bitcoin gets considered as a strategic reserve, any coin outside of Bitcoin is a meme coin. It's true. It really is true. There ain't no other coin that can do what Bitcoin can do and what people are expecting of it. That's the truth. I might talk down about Bitcoin, but I'm a trader. My goal is to get ready to grab movement. Okay, and tonight's video, which will be a bit more of a better setting, the clouds are looking a bit nice, we got a bit of sun, all right? But tonight, I'm going to break all of that down. So if you are new passing through to this live stream, make sure you like the stream, make sure you subscribe. And I'm going to be doing a video tonight talking to you through some trades that I took last night on Ethereum and Bitcoin, trading the psychological levels. But I am going to break down a logic about Bitcoin and what we can expect from now going into the week, because the week is packed with info, ladies and gentlemen. We got FOMC, we got non-farm payrolls, we got ADP, we got JOLTS job openings coming into play. Oh my days, the FOMC minutes. What's the weather like for you guys in Kansas, man? All that snow, absolutely madness. Kansas usually has a temperature during the winter, it's -6 degrees. Yesterday, or something, yes, I think it was yesterday, came in at -29 degrees. Like, bro, who's still alive out there? Who is still operating at -29 degrees? Who's even considering taking their car to drive anywhere? Back to the Bitcoin story itself. Again, anyone that holds a bag of altcoins is probably wishing that their altcoins make their pump, because that's all you're in for. You ain't in for the technology because you wouldn't care about it pumping or not. And that's the truth. It really is. You're in the game of altcoins because you want the bag to pump, because you own an altcoin where you've got a couple of million of those coins. And if it does go up even 10, 15 cents, you make yourself a few grand. Happy days. All right. But anything outside of Bitcoin is a meme coin. And the only reason I say that is because give me an altcoin that is being considered as part of the strategic reserve for the United States. What coin is getting a bill put forward to it? XRP. I'm not interested in that. Okay, the CEO of Ripple then comes out, says that, this cryptocurrency is all going to be about the Trump pump and all of that stuff. I'm cool with that, guys. But taking it back to the same question that the gentleman asked, yes, we are subject to a recession. We will always be. But the problem that we've got is they don't want to enforce the idea of a recession and make people believe it's going to be happening, because we now have an alternative to a recession. That means the alternative to a fiat-based recession is cryptocurrency, which means that if my fiat is doing dead, I'm going to go over to crypto. Before, every other recession that we've had in the past, all we had was fiat. So people would keep their money in fiat. Now we can put our money into crypto. or alternatively gold. So just take that into consideration, ladies and gentlemen, when you are actually considering buying cryptocurrency. It's nice to have meme coins, but altcoins, but I'm being honest with you all the altcoins, okay? Isn't it crazy? I'm going to put this into play, right? Bitcoin is not owned. Bitcoin is not controlled by anyone other than the people that are holding it. That's the only form of control. Any altcoin out there that's part of a company, some developers or communities and all that stuff, it's always humans that wreck the altcoins. So then you look at it in this perspective and say, do I deal with a coin that has got nothing to do with anyone running it? And it's all based on who's buying and selling it. Given that it's the best coin out there, the number one, it's the genesis, it's the basis of it all. Or do I get involved in an altcoin where developers could actually leave the coin and screw us over? They can dump on the environment, forget the technology. Yeah, nice roadmap and what have you. What are you going for? Everyone's going to go for Bitcoin. Let's be honest now. How many of you would turn your hard-earned dollars, your fiat, into Ripple, into XRP? Let's be honest now. You're being held at gunpoint, right? And they said, you've got a choice, man. You either buy XRP, change all your money to XRP, or you die. What's it going to be? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think I'm going to do? You think I'm going to stay in this place with XRP? I'm joking. I'm not driving. Yeah, so any questions, ladies and gentlemen? So I'm just having a look at it all right now. Bitcoin's up 1.5%. It's doing its business. It's doing its business. Listen, guys, when it does, I'm not driving. How do you think I'm driving, bro? With zero hand. And again, if you had a test, never mind. Asset management company Calamus to launch the world's first 100% downside protected. Never mind. Okay, sold top XRP. Any questions, guys, before we let this one roll? The rental that I've got. Oh, God. I don't remember the last time I rented a car. I've got a Ford Transit van. Yeah. Funny people. Push the tutor. I'm tired of gangbangers. Has Bitcoin hit 100k? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Second time round, Bitcoin currently on the green vector candle, working its way on the 100k mark. There are quite a few seller orders at the top side of Bitcoin, so just take that into consideration when you're trading, okay? But why is the steering wheel on the wrong side? It's not on the wrong side. Bitcoin squeeze. Listen, it's not a squeeze. This is not a squeeze. This is not a squeeze. This is not a squeeze, in my opinion. All right? Bitcoin from 20,000 could have been a squeeze. That's the joke. You know? Tyrion is robbing Reliant. Can you put the windscreen wipers? Tino, do you have a reverse image? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, how should one look at the market currently when looking to get into an entry for up-and-coming inauguration? Do you think they'll be pulled back before? Yes, most definitely will pull back. They will most definitely pull back on Bitcoin before the inauguration. You've got ADP non-farm employment change, JOLTS job openings, FOMC minutes. They're all coming out this week. And non-farm payrolls, the unemployment rate. So all of that is going to come to Bitcoin. And it's Monday, false move week beginning. That's usually what happens. If you're making money on it, ladies and gentlemen, happy days. If you ain't, happy days. It will pull back. Okay? So just take that into consideration, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I need to start making a move. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the live, be sure to like and subscribe and watch tonight's video. I do not love XRP. No, I don't. I don't love it. I hate it. I despise it, but I hold it. Guys, mad love and respect. Take care of yourselves. Like the stream, man. Do you think I like XRP? I actually don't.